Senator from Missouri, Mr. Hawley, proposes on amendment number 93.
Madam President, in the last 20 years in the state of Missouri, we have lost 60,000 jobs to the People's Republic of China. That number nationwide is almost 4 million. Our trade deficit with China, as we stand here tonight, is at near record levels, and every dollar of that deficit represents blue-collar jobs destroyed, industry shuttered, manufacturing capacity withering away. I'd submit to you that it is the most important deficit that we face. And we can talk about budget reforms and we can talk about savings here and there, but until we do the work of bringing back productive capacity to this nation and good-paying blue-collar jobs you can raise a family on, we will not put our economy on the basis that we need to address the economic challenges that we face. So my amendment does something very simple. It imposes across-the-board tariffs on China for every year in which we have a trade deficit until that deficit is zero. Bring back jobs to this country.
For years, I can tell Tony Blinken's whole objective was to go ahead and kick off the Chinese century. I mean, he just basically said, America's done. It's all going to be China. What can we do for you? What would you like? You know, do you want a listening post in Cuba? Here you go. You want Taiwan? Go ahead. You want the rest of our jobs? Just take them. I mean, that basically was the tenor of the meeting. And then Joe Biden says, oh, it was a great deal. It was a great meeting. It was a terrible meeting. It was a total groveling embarrassment. We've got to get serious about getting tough on China. And we can start with the trade deficit. Why are we financing their military? Because that's what's going on. They're building their military on the backs of our middle class. Every dollar of that trade deficit represents our financing of their security state and their imperialism. So let's get that down to zero. That's what Blinken should have said. He should have said, we're not going to let you have any more jobs, and we're not going to let you have any more of our cash. We're going to get our trade deficit down to zero. We're not going to finance you anymore, and we're going to get serious. But he did just the opposite. Working people all across the country, not just in Missouri, but I know Missouri best, and working people know they're taking our jobs. They're ripping us off on trade. They're stealing us blind. They know that, and they're tired of administration after administration, reaching back to the Clintons and then the Bushes, and now Biden being soft on China, rolling out the red carpet for China, and making China rich while America gets poor. Why would we want to do that? We need to be doing the opposite. Well, the elites are totally insulated, Steve, because they can buy their way out of this economic pain. They're not the ones who've lost their jobs. China's been great for Wall Street. Let's tell the truth. I mean, there's a reason that the fat cat's on Wall Street. And there's a reason that big pharma and the big multinational corporations, they love all of this China stuff. They love cheap labor in China, right? These are the same people who have shipped our jobs over to China. They would rather pay slave wages in China, let's be honest, slave wages in China, than pay good, upstanding American workers an honest wage. So they love this arrangement. They're all for it. They benefit from it. And while the rest of America gets poorer and loses their jobs and loses their families and loses their communities and gets addicted to opioids, then the elites say, oh, it's so too bad. I mean, those poor people in middle America, they just don't have any moral fiber. What a bunch of BS. It is the people on the coast, the elites, the rich people who have had a great deal with China, who are ripping off and scamming the rest of the country. And this has got to stop. It is time to make the heartland of this country strong again. And we've got to stand up to China to do it.